Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off by removing the seals. Obviously, as you can see, this bearing here doesn't have any, or it's open both sides. This one's double shielded, however, I don't know. There's a big discussion on Facebook that I was reading, and some people remove the front seal bearings and some people don't. And I can tell you right now, from what I've been doing in these engine rebuilds, I remove at least one seal. The main reason is because I just think is going to last longer that way. Obviously, you know, oil, there's these holes that allows oil to go through to the front here in this crankcase, and I just think the bearing would just lubricate or benefit from that extra oil lubrication. So I remove my front bearing. Some people say that if you do, the pressure's gonna blow out the seal up front, but to be honest with you, I have never had that ever happen to me. So I mean, do what you're comfortable with, but I myself remove front seal in the bearings. But anyway, it's pretty simple to do this. You can just grab a flat head screwdriver and just dig in there and just prop it out, as you can see, you know. And like I said, I am just going to remove one front bearing here and leave the other one shielded. So anyway, next is we're going to be installing the bearings, and I'm going to do this in the order of rear first. So how I get these in is I just heat the lip and tar out of the crankcase again, and I don't have an arbor press, so I use these wood dowels to lightly tap it in. If it's going in hard, I heat it up again and, you know, try to get it in some other way. But all right, so we got the seals removed in this in these bearings. It's time to get them in. So basically, I just kind of like how I tapped them out. I heat it up, oil it up really good, and insert, you know, get it in there. And then the right way is probably to have an arbor press, but you know, since I don't have anything to do this right, or I don't own an arbor press, I'm just gonna get another block of wood just like this and just lightly tap on it a little bit. So I mean, that's the way I do it. I know it may not be the best way, but it's been working for me, and my bearings have been staying in great shape. So anyway, let me heat this up, and I will go ahead and tap this thing in here. So let's see how it goes. All right, now that the new bearings are in, I like to do that every now and then. I feel like that's initiation, you know, getting new bearings in. We are ready to drop in the crankshaft now. And, you know, it's basically, assembly is kind of reverse order, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. Just whenever you install your new parts, just make sure you oil them up. All good and everything. Make sure you have a nice coating of oil on it, because you don't want to put these parts in dry. It's generally not a good idea, but anyway, yeah, I've had many instances where crankshafts, when you install new bearings, they just like fall right into place. You don't even need to tap them with a hammer. And yeah, that's the case. Like, it's already installed. So yeah, it tends to be pretty easy sometimes. Prop drive collet deal, which just slides right on. So I went ahead and made sure there was some oil on here, and that just falls right into place. As you can see, more oil here, contacting parts, oil them up, blah blah blah, you know, all that good stuff. And for this, I don't like to tap it on. I honestly like to take a prop Alrighty, let's go ahead and remove it again. And this will keep everything in place, and just general runtime, it'll tighten up again, but as long as everything's tight, it'll stay on. So there we go, prop drive washer installed. Okay, so I've done quite a few things off camera, but that's nothing that anything can explain. So anyway, I have you see the timing covers number 1 from cylinder number 1 and cylinder number 3. So basically, how this engine's timed, here's cylinder number 1, designated by the plaque, is at top dead center. When this crankshaft the firing is 1, 3, 2, and that's how we time this thing. But anyway, what I did to these cam case followers, or cam gear cases, is I took off the intake side and pulled out the cam follower with just some magnets, which I can demonstrate here in camshaft number 3 here. I got a stack of magnets, and well, let's see if I can get this to, there we go. You see it comes right out with some magnets usually. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and time this engine, and then I've got a screwdriver here that there is a hole right here in this cam gear. See that or not? Here is a flashlight. Yeah, there's that hole right there. And basically, when you stick this screwdriver in the intake side here, and you turn the cam gear, it will engage and lock the gear in place right where this dot is, right there. And that is where we want to put this cam gear cover on when the crankcase or crankshaft pin is at TDC, or top dead center. So anyway, let's go ahead and time this. So let's go ahead and put our crank pin right in here, is at top dead center. And I've got a gasket on, this is cam gear cover number 1, and it's locked in place, and I see the dot, and it's right at the bottom where it should be. So you see it can't move. So let's see if we can put this on. All right, top dead center. Yep, right there. We'll go ahead and plop this on, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and, while this screwdriver's still in here, put in a couple of the cam cover screws. Not all of them, though, because we want to confirm that this thing is timed correctly. So I'm just going to put in 2 just to hold it in place right now while we time the other. Now we're going to go to number 3, and there's a lot of people who think you got to, for to time number 3 correctly, you got to go 1 revolution around, but you actually do not want to do that because of the way the cam gear is designed, or some other way. You only need to spin it to cylinder number 3 1 time, like this. Tighten them down very tight at all, in case I mess up. Sorry if my head was in the way. But yeah, in case the timing is off 1 tooth, I don't have to remove all 4 screws. So okay, so now that dropped in, we now only to time cylinder number 2, we only rotate it around to here. We don't turn it 1 whole degree or revolution. I also would have thought that's the way to do it, but according to all the videos I've watched, that is not. So go ahead and throw this thing on there. Okay, so now we're going to restart this, and we're going to verify the timing once again. I'm just going to turn this, mix it all up, and we're going to start at number 1. Drop this in here and wait till we hear a click, or we hear it drop in, like that right there. And as you can see, dropped right in, and my piston pin is at top dead center. So number 1 is correct. We will go over to number 3, which, you know, rotate the prop. We will see if we can hear this one drop in. And it didn't the first time, but there it is. Yeah, this screwdriver may be a little too tight fitting in here, but it did drop in, and it's at top dead center. So now we will go to number 2. Once again, we are rotating the direction the prop would spin if you're looking from behind. And there we go. It is in. So yes, this engine is timed properly. All right, well, here she is, all fully together, with her exhaust ring, which was a total pain in the butt to install. I heard that these exhaust rings are hard, and yes, they are, but you eventually get it, and it doesn't make you want to take this thing apart again. But anyway, looks great and sounds great too, even flipping the prop. But yeah, there we go. She's ready to run. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the disassembly and assembly of changing the bearings in this Saito FA170R3. Hopefully it's informal to somebody who is, you know, wanting to look at the inside of the radial like this, or heck, even maybe changing the bearings themselves. But anyway, like I said, that's the disassembly, changing bearings, and assembly of a Saito 170R3. So next we'll have this thing on the bench, and we will get to see how she sounds. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and tune in next time.